Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I just want to say I am so glad that you're here. This is a new project for me. It's different than anything I've ever done before, but something about it feels right. It's something that I'm actually really excited for. I'm going to learn what I'm meant to learn and experience what I'm meant to experience. And I look forward to the love I'll get to spread along the way. This is going to be fun, so let's get started. And so here I am, recording what might be a 1-minute clip, what might be a 5-minute clip, who knows. But I think it's important for me to just start. I ask myself, when is now a good time to step up? And it's not a month from now, it's not a week from now, it's not a day from now. It's right now. And in my life, if I want to step up, I need to step up now. I made the decision. To start now. I'm past my bedtime, but I napped today. I knew I wasn't going to sleep at this time anyways. And I may as well sacrifice 20-30 minutes of sleep because I think, especially in this beginning part of the journey, that much is going to be required of me. And I start with my favorite question. How can I experience even more of God's love right now? God sends me every single thing that I have in my life. First and foremost, the first thing I was given was a beating heart. As long as my heart beats, I am alive. I've learned that my life is full of love. It is all about love. Everything that I've ever looked for, every feeling that I've ever chased, every experience I've ever wanted, all comes from the core desire for love. For my entire life, I looked for it. I was searching for it. I was looking for love everywhere outside of myself. I was looking at other people, hoping that they would give me the love that I was looking for. I was looking for experiences to fill me up, those funny moments, those tender moments, those passionate moments, to give me those feelings of love. And at times I would feel it. At times I would feel the love that I was looking for, but I didn't know how to sustain it because I was looking outside of myself, when the answer the whole time was to look inside. And not just look inside, but to find it inside, create it inside whenever I need it. I used to think that wasn't possible, and not in the way of I was telling myself it wasn't possible, but the idea that it could be something that I have within me just seemed a little too simple, a little too easy. And because I spent my entire life looking for it, I refused to believe that the answer was easy. I had to go through a lot of pain first. I had to go through a lot of heartbreak, admittedly self-inflicted. I had to look for love in all the wrong places. And I was fortunate enough that I didn't cause as much harm to myself or others as I could have. Especially in the search of love and worthiness, it could be a very slippery slope. I used to walk this earth with the mindset of, what do I need to do right now in order to be liked and therefore loved? What choices do I need to make right here, right now, that will get this person to like me? How do I need to behave in order to be approved? And a mindset like that isn't all bad, but it has its limitations, many limitations. I spent all those years, first 2 decades of my life, not being true to who I was. I didn't even know who I was. All I've ever known was, who do I have to become? Who do I have to change into? But if I'm constantly looking at where I'm trying to get to, but I have no clue as to where I am starting, then I would stay lost. Having a map is only useful if you have both your starting point and the outcome you're trying to get to. I may have had the map for how to be liked or where to find love, and I knew where I wanted to go, but I had no clue where I was. Thankfully, now I know where I am. And funny enough, in finding out where I am, I already noticed that I'm also at my outcome. By stopping myself on this journey, pausing, turning around and looking at myself in the mirror, looking inside my heart, looking inside my soul, and finding out that the love that I've always craved was inside of me, that was my biggest breakthrough. I asked myself the question, how can I experience even more of God's love right now? Each part of that question holds a very important meaning to me. When I say, how can I experience? To me, there's so many different facets for experiencing something. For me, experiencing something can be noticing it. It could be appreciating it. It can be practicing it. It can be speaking about it. It can be listening to someone talk about it. It could be reading about it. There's so many different ways to experience things, especially nowadays. And so using the word experience, I tie in all the different ways that I can think of where I can tap into that inner love. In the question, I say, how can I experience even more? I say even more because that sets the presupposition that I already have what I'm looking for. I'm already experiencing God's love in my mind, in my soul, in my body. The love that I'm looking for, the love that's inside of me, is in fact God's love. God loves through me. And when I speak about God, I speak about God in a spiritual sense, less so a religious sense. Some may say the universe, some say a higher power. For me, they're all one and the same, in that there is a being out there that shares their love with me, and I'm able to be a conduit of that love. So when I say, how can I experience even more of God's love? I know that every single day I'm experiencing God's love already. Every breath that I take is an act of love. Every beat of my heart is an act of love. Every time I blink, it's an act of love. Every thought I have is an act of love. And I know it's an act of love because not everyone gets to do those things. There are people out there whose heart doesn't beat on their own. There's people out there who can't breathe on their own. And there's people out there who aren't able to have thoughts. All of those things are an act of love. How can I experience even more of God's love? Acknowledges that I'm experiencing love and I'm open to experiencing even more of it. There's even more love to notice, to appreciate, to give. And then how can I experience even more of God's love right now? Because the beautiful power of love is using it and sharing it and giving it. And why wait? Why wait until tomorrow to experience love? Why wait until you're with that perfect person? Or why wait until you have your ideal body or your ideal job or you're on that vacation? Why wait until you're reading or journaling or having that cup of tea to feel love? Why not feel that love right now, wherever you are? So how can I experience even more of God's love right now? Is another way of saying, how can I tap into the love within me right now, always? I've been primed by God to love since the day I was born. And every single day, it's an honor and a privilege to practice that love and to give that love. Sometimes you could pass someone on the street, drive past someone, or just think about someone in your life. And the simple truth of the matter is, you don't even know how much love they really need in that moment. The blessing of my primary question, of how could I experience even more of God's love right now, is it reminds me of the love I have within. And that fills up my cup. It fills me up. And when I'm filled with love, any more love I experience past that, I have to share. I'm overflowing with love. I practice love so that I can give love, because sometimes it can be hard for another person to fill their own cup. Sometimes they just need a little kickstart. Sometimes I've needed a little kickstart when I forget about all the blessings in my life. It could be a day that it's hard for me to get out of bed and to live in the moment and appreciate those around me. And so sometimes a small act of kindness, a small act of love serves as the perfect reminder that love exists. And all I need to do is remember that love exists, feel that love exists, experience that love that exists. I, Philip Jacques, see, feel, hear, and know that the purpose of my life is to be a loving gift for myself and others. I take that mission statement to heart, that the purpose of my life is to be a loving gift for myself and others. I didn't get here alone. There will always be people that I love and cherish. So for that reason, I won't just be a loving gift for myself. I get to be a loving gift for them too. There's people in my life that I may label as difficult now, but in reality, they're some of my greatest gifts. Getting to learn and experience life with them in it teaches me so much more about life, about love, than without. Every feeling that I've ever chased in my life, in reality, has been a feeling that I felt before. And because of that, I know that if I ever want to feel a certain way in my life, all I have to do is return to the memories of those emotions. I say that because sometimes the doubt pops up in my mind that says, is it really that simple? Is it really that simple to feel love? Is it really that simple to feel successful? Is it really that simple to feel free, to feel joy, to feel excitement, to feel courage, to feel determination? And it really is. And I speak from practice. Take a moment to sit down today for 3 minutes and pick an emotion that you want to feel, any emotion. And for the next 3 minutes, just remember 3 times in your life that you felt that emotion. Take note of what your body does. Take note of how you feel before and after. Notice that when you really do it, when you really enter that memory, when you feel what you felt, when you see what you saw, when you hear what you heard, you'll notice that you could tap into any emotion at any time. I want to feel love, so I tap into love all the time. Love is around me. Love is within me. Love is in my past. Love is in my future. I yearn for love. I crave love. I create love. I give love. I am love. I love you. I want to thank you so much for listening to this first episode of Experiencing Love. This is a new project of mine, and I feel really excited and passionate about it. I've always known that I have a lot to say, and with how much of an impact love plays on my life right now, I'm just looking to share it, and I'm looking to spread love in whatever ways I can. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.